Hello, this is Piedra Luna. This video is part of my series to teach you to become a tarot reader for yourself, for your friends, or if you want to do it as a profession as well. So, in the series that I've been doing, I've been showcasing tarot decks and I've been going through the decks saying the keywords of each of the cards, which for me is the first step in learning how to become a tarot reader. So today I'll be doing the Tarot of the Golden Wheel by Mila Losenko. So I'll be showing you this deck in order and saying all the keywords of each of the cards. This is a beautiful deck. It's watercolor artwork. Each of the cards again is like a painting in itself. It's all based on Slavic folklore, and there's the attention and detail to the clothing. It's fantastic. Each card, there's so many details and they're all made in watercolor that um, it's just it's just fantastic. If you want to get it as a collectible or if you're a beginner tarot reader, I do recommend this deck. It's beautiful and it's very easy to read, and it's got a very nice and lovely vibe to it. So without further ado, let me start with showcasing you these cards. And of course, if you want to buy them, you can get them in Amazon. I'll put the link in the description below. So without further ado, here we go. We have the Fool. The Fool is about new beginnings, and it's about jumping in the water, or it's about being cautious about uh, not being too risky on your decisions. It depends on the context of the other cards around it. So it can either be an encouragement to jump in the water or for you to be cautious about taking irrational or very hasty decisions. The Magician is the manifester of the deck. He manifests his dreams. The High Priestess is about intuition and about hidden secrets. The Empress is about abundance. She's also the ideal woman, the complete and wholesome woman. She can also represent fertility. The Emperor is about dominion. Can be dominion of the self or dominion about the topic that you're asking about in a reading. The Hierophant is about tradition. It could also represent marriage or dogma, and like in religion. The Lovers is about decisions in love, or it can be about lovers in itself, or decisions in general in your life. The Chariot is about movement, but it's also about victory in battle. So if you're asking, how should I proceed about whatever topic, and you get the Chariot, it means you can go fast. Decide where you want to go, of course, because you cannot go fast if you don't know where you're heading. Or it can also mean as a the conclusion of a reading and you get the Chariot, it means success and victory. The Strength means strength over yourself or about a subject, but it's the kind of strength like having strength through love and through patience. The Hermit is about going within. It's about introspection. The Wheel of Fortune is about the seasons, is about things that are about to change, situations that will change. Definitely, it's all about change. And it's good fortune as well. Justice is about justice, about things being right and equal. It can also mean judiciary system. So if you're going through legal battles, you might get the Justice card in your reading. The Hangman is about seeing things from a different perspective, but it could also mean a sacrifice. It also means a time of wait while you see things from a different perspective. Death is about transformation, rebirth. Temperance is about balance. It's about balance, the perfect balance traditionally, between severity and compassion. The Devil is about our vices. It's about things that chain us. It's about things that we voluntarily chain ourselves to. Or it can also mean excess. The Tower is about situations that arrive unexpectedly or sometimes expectedly, things that needed to be destroyed for there to be better and new beginnings and stronger foundations. The Star is about hope, is about destiny, is about things written in the stars. The Moon is about things that are hidden, and it can also mean indecision. It can also mean if you ask a question like when more or less this could happen, and you get the moon card, and there's many moons in the reading or symbology of the moons and other cards, it could mean that whatever you're asking about could be happening like during the full moon or new moon. The Sun is the happiest card in the deck. It's about bliss and joy and happy endings and wonderful things. It's about miracles too. Judgment is usually not about like judging someone in general, although it could be like somebody feels like they're being judged, but it also means a calling, that you get a calling, that something that calls to your soul, and you feel that it's your life mission or resurrection as well. The World means completion. If you get the card of the world and you ask how does this person feel about me, and you get the world, it means you mean the world to this person. They feel like you're complete, that you have everything that they always seeked. Now we start with the Pentacles. This was the major arcana, of course, and this is now we go to the minor arcana. We go here to the wheels. Instead of them being the pentacles or the coins, which are a reference to earthly things, to our possessions, to our assets, to our home, to our work life, even to our body, to the things that we can manifest on this reality, on this world, this third dimension, is the wheels. So the Ace of Wheels is about abundance, it's about success. It can also represent marriage, because there's something solid, it's love solidified in this in the world, and there's a future to build on, and abundance that you can build on with a person, or a person feels like you're their treasure. The Two of Wheels means decisions or a balancing act. Like you see this man balancing between two wheels, a decision that has to be made. The Three of Wheels means working on something tangible that you want to manifest. It also means when you start doing your plans, when you want to start a business, or you want to start a relationship and you want it to be solid, then you get the Three of Wheels. The Four of Wheels, the depiction shows a miser. Usually, it's someone who holds tight to their coins, to their money, to their assets, but it can also mean someone that is doesn't want to be vulnerable. They don't want to open up. They're afraid to open up. It could be someone that's emotionally unavailable, or it can mean something that you don't want to let go of. Five of Wheels is lack of abundance, is having a harsh time financially or emotionally sometimes. The Six of Wheels is about giving. It's about the abundance that you have, that you decide on who you share it with, and you make a decision on your heart. Who needs it the most? With whom should you share your abundance that deserves it the most? That's what the Six of Wheels represents. It could also represent when it's time for you to give more of yourself. Seven of Wheels is about planting your seeds. It's about starting to invest in your future. It could also mean that you're also meditating if you still want to keep investing on whatever thing you're asking about. The Eight of Wheels is about dedication, is about being focused on your work, on honing your skills, on being totally giving your attention to your work or to a project that you may have, or a project could also be a relationship. Nine of Wheels is when you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. When you're laid back, you have no worries, no debt, your pantry is full, you can enjoy your life. It also represents a person that is single, depending on what you're asking and depending on the surrounding cards. But it's a great card. I mean, you get the nine of wheels, then you got things covered. You can lay back and enjoy your life and just have a cup of wine or whiskey or whatever you like. Ten of wheels is about a stable family structure or a stable company, something really stable where you've worked hard for that and you can enjoy the fruits of your labor and you enjoy it with your family. In love, it means that you want to build something really stable with somebody that and you want it for it to be forever, to grow old with a person. The page of wheels means starting a project. It can be an offer of a job offer. It can mean like the beginning of anything that has to do with money, or even it could mean a proposal. Just like a small token, a small proposal that you give to somebody or somebody gives to you that they want to start a life with you. It could mean like starting to date as well, with your eyes on the price that you want it to go farther than that you want to date that person and then you want it to be, you want to marry them. The Knight of Wheels is the slowest knight on the deck. He goes so slow. He's said to be the knight on a turtle horse. He takes his sweet time to do anything, to decide on where he wants to put his energy into. But slow and steady wins the race. So a person that gets this kind of energy is a person that even though it takes a long time for them to get to where they want to get, when they get there, it's something solid that they have built. The Queen of Wheels is a woman who's doing well in life financially, or she could also represent like the Susie homemaker kind of stereotype. She's the one that takes care of the home. She's very warm. She's very loving. She's very compassionate. She makes a home a home, and she's very relaxed and she's very balanced. It could, this card, the Queen of Wheels, could also represent if somebody sees you as the Queen of Wheels, it could mean that they see you as a wife material. The King of Wheels, he's somewhat stoical, but he's built his kingdom. He's worked really hard. He likes to have things under control. He likes his abundance and he likes to share his abundance with his family. He likes to keep his kingdom happy and abundant and prosperous. He makes for a great husband in that sense. He's very stable. Now we go to the swords, which is the energy of air. And swords are about our thoughts, about our actions, about our strategies, about our fears as well. So we have the Ace of Swords represents truth, the slashing and cutting truth. Sometimes if you get this card a lot, like in love readings, it means that the truth needs to be told, things have to be clearer, communication must be restored. It's neither negative or positive, it's just the truth, like how the truth is. The Two of Swords is being overprotective. It's being not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to let anybody in. The Three of Swords is heartbreak. It's not the card that I I honestly don't like to get the Three of Swords. Nobody likes to get the Three of Swords, because it represents like in if you get it for the future, it means that there's possible heartache that's going to come in your way, and unfortunately that's part of life. Heartache also brings lots of lessons, but the Three of Swords also represents recovering from heartache, and learning from a heartache. The Four of Swords represents recovering from the battle, from heartache, or taking a time to rest, to recover. The Five of Swords represents winning the battle no matter what. It represents some people lost and another one won. It's or having to win no matter the cost. It depends on the surrounding cards. The Six of Swords means moving to calmer waters. It can also mean movement. It could mean movement as in going to visit someone that's important for you. Usually, this kind of movement is about something important. I mean, it's not only, oh, I just wanted to travel because I'm tired of being home. It's about you have a purpose and a mission as to why you're traveling, either because you want to conquer the heart of somebody, or you're moving because of a job. It's because of important events in your life where you're moving forward. You're leaving the past behind and you're moving into calmer waters. The Seven of Swords is about being sneaky. It's about having to hide your intentions. Depending on the surrounding cards, it could be something negative or it could be something positive. It might be part of your strategy that you might have to be sneaky about what you're doing, or hide your true intentions, because that would be the best strategy. If, as long as, of course, you're doing it for a higher purpose, right? The Eight of Swords is feeling stuck, like you don't know which way to go. You feel like you're yeah, you're stuck, like there's no way out. But usually, actually, 100% of the time, there's always a way out. But you're so overwhelmed that you're not able to see it. The Nine of Swords is about nightmares. It's about insecurities. It's about fears. It's about being judging yourself too hard. It usually is. Nine of Swords is about things that are only in your head. Ten of Swords is about excess. It's about obsession as well, but it could also mean getting stabbed in the back. It could mean like the end of something really needed to end in your life. So that's when you get the Ten of Swords, and it's usually not an easy process, but in the end, it becomes the necessary process. Then we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is the scout of the deck. Um, you could say that the Page of Swords could be like Joshua from the Bible, because he was the scout for Moses. He would go and check out how the territory was ahead of them, and he'll bring news of how things were. So that's the kind of energy of the Page of Swords. He's the scout. He checks how the territory is, or analyzes how things are before he moves forward. The Knight of Swords is a knight that goes very fast into battle. He's very courageous. He could be a little bit aggressive, depending on the surrounding cards. It might be the strategy that you need to take to go really fast, or it can mean that something is coming really fast to you with the truth, or with intention and with a mission. The Queen of Swords, she is the strategist of the deck. She's got a very sharp tongue. She says exactly what she thinks. Um, she's mostly rational. An excess of the Queen of Swords would be a negative trait, of course. Something not nobody wants somebody who's always cutting with their words. Of course, there are moments in life where you should be a bit cutting, but you should also try to be compassionate. But anyways, in a positive sense, she would be like the no bullshit queen. She takes no bullshit. The King of Swords, of course, would be the most stoical of all the kings in the deck. Very rational, very strategic. If the queen is cutting with her words, he gets the prize for being cutting. The King of Swords in excess could be like a tyrant. He only thinks about strategy, and the end justifies the means. But that would be like in a negative position. But in a positive position, it means someone who needs to speak their truth and be very clear about what's going on and put the cards in the table. Okay, so now we go with the ace with the wands. The wands are about fire, they're about inspiration, they're about our desires. They also have a a phallical symbolism to them, so they also represent sexuality, male sexuality. So the Ace of Wands is the epitome of inspiration. It's the epitome of desire, sexual desire as well. It means also manifesting things into the world. If you think about it, the phallus does manifest things into the world. Children, along with women, of course. And it's a kind of all the elements of wands are about action, are about having a motivation and inspiration and saying, okay, I'm moving forward, I'm getting this done. So in a way, I would see how they are here. They call wands instead of the how could I forget the name right now? Yeah, the wands. Yeah, the ones like yeah, no, that's the right word. The ones like in wizards that they have wands because they manifest things. The two of wands. This is different. This depiction is different from the Rider Waite traditional tarot deck of the Rider Waite. Traditionally, you have a man with two wands on each side, looking at the horizon, and you can definitely tell by the depiction that he's wondering which way, if he goes forward into the future or if he stays in the castle that he's at, what is like the best thing that he should do. And he usually has a world, like a little ball that's painted as the world in his hands, like he's got the possibility of going anywhere he wants. So it's about decisions, if you stick with the old or you go and embark with the new. The Three of Wands is also a bit different from the traditional deck. Usually you see a man on a hill with three of the wands and he's waiting for ships to come. So it's usually someone who's either waiting for things to happen or he already knows where he's going. And he's just looking at the horizon and he knows, okay, I'm going that way. Or she knows, of course. The Four of Wands is about celebrations, it's about tradition, it's about weddings, it's about stable things. It's a very happy card. It also represents twin flames. And by twin flames, I mean there's this whole movement, and it comes actually from the Kabbalah, that there's, and probably even more ancient than that, that there's sacred couples that are meant to always be couples through all their lifetimes because they're destined to raise the energy of the world. They're destined to be game changers, and they need each other to balance themselves out. As we are imperfect human beings, this the actually the theory says that of twin flames that they balance themselves so well that they're actually game changers and they come to create change and to lift up the energy of the world. The Five of Wands is about conflict. This is actually a very nice positive card because it seems like they're actually practicing and they're not fighting. Traditionally, it's five men fighting with the wands. Or like when they say there's too many cooks in the kitchen, there's too many egos in place. But this one, they're actually practicing, but it actually means conflict. Five of Wands. Or competition. In this case, it means competition and practicing. The Six of Wands is a victorious person, is coming from the battle victorious and the people cheering for you. So if you ask how this endower is going to, what's the outcome of this endower, and you get the Six of Wands, it means you're going to get victory and you're going to be praised for that. People are going to recognize you for your victory. The Seven of Wands is about protecting yourself from attacks, or having to stand your ground, like this man is doing with the wolves here. The Eight of Wands is about messages, is about sending messages. This card is not the traditional depiction of the Eight of Wands, but that's what it means, messages. Either you have to send a message or you're going to receive a message. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. He's been through traumatic experiences which make him be in that post-traumatic stress disorder kind of symptom where he doesn't want to open up. He thinks everything is a threat. and doesn't want to let anybody in. The Ten of Wands is having to put your burdens down. You've taken way too many burdens and it's time to put them down. It could also mean the end of an ordeal. The Page of Wands is the start of a project. It's about knowing that something really inspires you and you want to go that way. When you've decided, okay, this is what I want to do, like the beginning of any project or even a relationship. The Knight of Wands is a very fiery knight. He comes very fast. He's very courageous. He's very utopic. He will go to battle for any just mission or situation. In a negative sense, it could represent a player. The Queen of Wands is she's the manifestor of the deck. She's also has that fiery energy. She's very sexual, but it could mean that. And that doesn't necessarily always mean that in a reading. But she's the one that she's very confident in herself. She knows that because she's already manifested things in her life. She knows the power that she has. She's very alluring, of course, needless to say. She'll be a woman that loves hard, and she comes into a room and everybody looks at her, not because of she's being cocky or anything, but because of her energy and her presence. The King of Wands is, of course, the fiery king. He likes to get things done. He likes to manifest. He knows life is about enjoying it and with balance, of course, because that's why he's the king. If he didn't have balance, he wouldn't be a king. And for him, having passion in his life is very important. Now we go with the last suit, which is the cups, and it represents water and represents emotions. It represents relationships. It can be like partnership relationships, but it can also mean business relationships, or it can also mean advice as how you need to approach life. So the Ace of Cups is the loveliest cards of them all because it represents pure love, unconditional love. Your cup is overflowing with water. It could also mean self-love. It can mean unconditional love, or it can be love between two people that is it does not compare to anything else. It's very utopic as well, and it can even mean like religious love as well, thinking of like the Holy Grail, right? The notion of the cup overflows like in the Bible. The Two of Cups is about a wedding, about relationship. Look at them, how lovingly they look at each other, and they have like these pink blossoms or cherry blossoms on the back, and how they're sharing the cup of love. So it's about pure and absolute love, weddings, or it can also mean a great business relationship. The Three of Cups is about celebrations, getting together. It could also mean like celebration as part of a wedding. The Four of Cups means when you're not seeing the blessings in your life, you're being granted a blessing by God or the universe or whatever you believe in, or just chance if you think that's all there is to life, and you're not seeing that great opportunity. You're missing to see it because you're up in your head and you're thinking about negative things instead of, you're so focused on the negative things that you're unable to see the positive things. Five of Cups is about crying about spilled milk. In this card, he has four of the cups upside down. In the traditional deck, it's two cups that are upright and three are upside down. So he's still got a cup, but he's still mourning about the past. He's still in his mind, crying about spilled milk without seeing that he's got a big cup full, a big full cup like the Ace of Cups in front of him, and he's not able to see it because he's so depressed. So it's kind of similar to the Four of Cups. Six of Cups is about innocence, is about childhood, it's about the past. It could represent like past relationships from past life or from this life. It's happy moments. It's giving things from your heart in a very like childlike, innocent way. The Seven of Cups is about decisions, deciding with your heart which is your what is the best, what is the right path for you to take. The Eight of Cups is about leaving behind your past, walking away from things that no longer serve you. The Nine of Cups is the card of wishes fulfilled. This is a man enjoying his life, very very similar to the Nine of coins or Nine of wheels, Nine of pentacles. In this deck, they're called wheels. That you're doing well, you've got your wishes granted, you can enjoy a party, you have no concerns. And by wishes granted, it all depends on what you're asking about. It can be many different things. But you're doing great. I mean, it's a great positive energy. The Ten of Pentacles is a very lovely card. It's about the family, the beautiful, happy family life. It's about children that are born. It's about a loving couple, that they have lots of abundance. It's a very, very nice card. From either if you're asking about love or about your business, it's all about abundance and bliss and happiness, and seeing it in as in a group, like enjoy the love with a group of people. The Page of Cups is about an offer of love, a very shy offer of love, like like when someone starts or they manifest that they like you. The Knight of Cups, he's the most loving of the knights. He's all about love. He would do anything for his beloved, for his queen. He's full of emotions. He's got great values. He could also, in a negative sense, or depending on the cards, it could mean that he's too much of a dreamer. But it's usually very positive when you get it in a reading. The Queen of Cups is the queen that everybody adores. She's like in a sense, like the representation of the sacred feminine of the Virgin Mary or Kuan Yin. She's all about love, and that's what entices people about her and what makes men fall in love for her, because she's all about love and conditional love, and she moves from her heart. If she's upside down, or if it's in a negative sense that you're reading the Queen of Cups, then means she can be overly emotional or manipulative. But usually it's very positive when you get the Queen of Cups. And last, we have the King of Cups. The King of Cups, he's of course the best partner from all the deck, because he's all about love. He's all about having your back. He's all about caring about your emotions. But he's also a bit, he doesn't show his emotions as much as the Queen of Cups, but he still has them there. He's got good values, he's got a good heart, and it's a great card to get if somebody feels like this for you. It means that they're deep in their feelings about you. So I hope you like this presentation of the tarot deck, and that it will be helpful for you to learn how to become a successful tarot reader, either for yourself, as a tool for personal tool, as a psychological tool, as a recreational tool, or if you wanted to read tarot for your friends, or if you wanted to do it as a business. So I hope you like it. Blessings.